Here we go, episode 15. Managing stress in your 20s and 30s naturally. First, let's talk about the natural ways through supplements with zero side effects and zero risk. Why do people in these age groups have so much stress in their life when you're in your 20s and 30s?
Well, first of all, just take a look at society around you. The vast majority of stressors are caused by human beings unto each other.
Yeah.
And when you're in your 20s and 30s, you have probably 70-80% of your time is living in the future. What am I going to do? Am I going to go to school? Am I going to raise a family? How am I going to make a living? What's going to happen next year? Because young people don't have that much past. And so they're constantly projecting into the future. And one of the most enormous sources of stress and anxiety is living in the future, because the future is unknown.
And the second would be the past.
The second would be the past. And that's what happens to older people.
Yeah.
But in this age group, and we always used to say that living in the future creates anxiety. Living in the past creates depression.
Yeah.
And so for this age group, they've got a lot of things to worry about that they have absolutely no knowledge of,
Yeah.
or no control over, because the future is unwritten. And what they don't realize is that the future is going to be made up by this present moment. What you do or don't do now is going to lay the groundwork for the future. So stress in that age group is enormous. And stress is one of the main causes of disease and disorder in the human body.
Yeah. And so I have been noticing here at Phoenix Nutritionals that more people in their 20s and 30s are ordering our product, Maximum Stress Support. And speaking of nutrients that are like in our Maximum Stress Support, what are the most powerful nutrients to help with stress, and how do they work?
Well, you've got two factors internally that are affected directly by stress in the body, in the mind. The first one is the central nervous system. The central nervous system can become overloaded, and when that occurs, then you start getting nasty side effects. You start getting insomnia. You start getting emotional. You start getting knee-jerk responses to things you normally wouldn't respond to in such a manner.
Yeah.
And the second area, of course, is your adrenal glands. And the adrenal glands produce stress hormones. Without those stress hormones, you cannot survive. But when they're produced constantly and to excess, they can easily become overworked and develop a condition called adrenal exhaustion. And that has another set of issues that go along with central nervous system stress. So when we look at supporting someone who's under excessive stress, we're looking at supporting the nervous system and the adrenal glands. For the nervous system, the main nutrients are the B complex, especially B12 and pantothenic acid. Under extreme stress, the body can utilize up to 60 milligrams of pantothenic acid every hour.
Wow.
And unfortunately, the daily value for pantothenic acid is 60 milligrams.
Yeah.
So you better not be under stress for more than an hour, or you got a problem.
And so it people in their 20s and 30s should look into something like Maximum Stress Support from Phoenix Nutritionals right here, but they should also maybe look into even pantothenic acid by itself if it's that bad.
An additional amount.
Yeah.
See, the thing is what we don't realize when we're in our 20s and 30s, those are the years of invincibility.
Yeah.
Oh, I can handle it. Oh, I can.
But then
take
you got life challenges, relationship challenges, job challenges.
Yep.
And then if you live in
Education.
California, everything's so expensive.
Yeah. Yeah. And so when we're looking at dealing with support for the nervous system, then we also have to address the adrenal glands. Adrenal extracts, antioxidants. There are many herbal extracts that are proven to be very effective for adrenal support. And all of those are combined into one formula that I developed called maximum stress support. See, because people have a busy life. You're juggling, as you said, relationships, school, education, jobs, family, et cetera, et cetera. And the last thing somebody needs is a list of 20 things they got to remember to take every day.
Yeah, and that's why maximum stress support
has everything all rolled into one.
It even has pantothenic acid.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it has all the things for adrenal support, and it just...
all in the right ratio.
Yep.
And the potency's there.
So all you got to do is remember to take 1 or 2 a day, and that should not cause a whole lot of extra stress. But again, the biggest problem for people in that age group is their false sense
of invincibility.
Of invincibility. Yeah. And what they don't realize is, well, I'm making it. I'm doing it. Yeah, sometimes I'm under stress and I can't sleep. But well, hell, I'll catch up the next night. But what these people don't realize is that they're laying the groundwork, as I said, for the future.
Yeah.
And the future result of those lifestyle environments is disease, disorder, and so forth. Virtually every single chronic disease and many acute diseases that we deal with directly or indirectly involve inflammation.
Which is caused by the stress.
And stress is one of the greatest sources of inflammation outside of the environment.
Yeah. So with that being said, I mean, that might be a good place to start. And, you know, living in the moment, meditation, walking barefoot on the grass. I've seen articles about that. Going in nature, unplugging, being grateful. All help to deal with stress in a better way. And a product like Maximum Stress Support might be something that you could try with virtually no risk or no side effects. And, you know, talk to your doctor about it and see if it might be a good way to start.